Greetings, YouTube. Welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to do some math, courtesy of my man Double R, who has been an incredible supporter of the channel behind the scenes with information, especially with arena cutoffs over the years. But I saw him post something that really got my attention in one of the group chats that I am in online, and he was kind enough to send me the specifics regarding what he was discussing. You see, if you look at the in-game inbox message that Kabam sent us about this Caps commissary, like the original one, and we'll see if we can find it all the way down here. It says, to ensure that you and your champions are well stocked for the many dangers of the contest, we're opening the doors to Cap's Commissary, which will allow you to trade for some special offers and bonus supplies. Progression Tunes special offers will be appearing September 22nd, 24th, and 29th this week. Additionally, you'll be able to swap some of your units. Now that's the big thing we're focusing on. Some of your units. Now, in fairness, there is one, at least speaking as a Paragon player, one thing that was like this that made perfect sense that I immediately snatched up. But before we move on, let's finish this message, because I think what was advertised and, of course, the reality of it is hilariously different in ways that are both fascinating and mind-numbing. Swap some of your units' gold, awakening gems, and crystals for special items in the commissary store itself, putting in a bit of effort. Again, it makes it sound like it's so casual. In the battle realm this week, we'll also get you bonus rations from the commissary with the Caps Commissary solo event that will be awarding you points for making purchases in the commissary, acquiring special offers, completing fights in alliance quests, and achieving battleground solo objectives. Peak milestones in this event for those who become a throne breaker or higher include Steve Rogers himself in the form of a 7-star Civil War. Even though I have been on this channel over a specific regarding that, and that is that I don't think, unless you're talking about specific metas that make champs like Colossus and Civil Warrior beyond God tier for defensive battlegrounds, I don't think that a 7-star Civil Warrior is worth it. I think it's better to go for the 7-star basic crystal, even if the RNG isn't the best. You don't have to agree with me, but that's just my specific perspective. That's a hard thing to say early in the morning at the time of recording this. Okay, so the whole point of this, though, is to talk about the math. Now, I will be honest, this is absolutely the best thing about this store. For technically less than 1,000 units, Paragon players got a 6-star generic awakening gem and 56 stones. Now, you could argue that that's not what it used to be, because it's true. That's not what it used to be. You can get a 6-star generic awakening gem, especially as a Paragon player, pretty much every month now, which is amazing. I don't want to sound like I'm criticizing that, because it's one of the greatest things to ever happen to the game, and it's allowed me to go from one generic 6-star to, at the time of recording this, 5, and that's after trading in my 6th that I got from this awakening bundle for 50 more 6-star generic 6 stones, because I actually did need 6 stones more than awakening gems. And so I did the thing where, even if it didn't feel like it made sense, I traded the awakening gem in for 50 more generic 6 and put all 100 of them into my recently awakened and acquired Lady Deathstrike, or Lady D as I call her. But that 999 units was just the tip of the iceberg of the problem in this video. Because the other thing that I got, and I did, of course, open months worth of arena crystals, and I did a video about how best to grind the arena this week if you want to start saving up. I don't think you can get 9,000 units in a week, but you can certainly start doing what I've been doing for the past, well, several years. It will take you your soul, though. That's the trade-off. If you grind the arena every day, you will trade in your soul. It's just sad. But this was almost 9,000 units. Technically, this was 8,888 units. The craziest thing about it was, you'd think that after spending about $300 worth of units, you would get a ton of points for the Caps Commissary solo objective, but you didn't at all. You got a couple hundred, which in the grand scheme of things is nothing. That's when I started to get a little fishy about the point system of this event. Like, what? It makes no sense. Why are you not giving me 10 times the points, at least, that you're giving me for this? Well, it's just the system that they set up. So, to be clear, we've already talked about almost 10,000 units just from those two. But then, of course, we have the 6-star shards, which if you were to buy all 10 of these would be 11,110 units. Now, in comparison, this during Cyber Week or July 4th week would get you a crazy amount of bonus items, and of course you'd also have units offered in the unit store, which the special deals for this 10 days do not include exactly automatic bonus units. They do include unit crystals, but those are RNG dependent, where you could have a wild variety results difference between somebody else opening the same crystals, unlike July 4th and Cyber Week, which are, of course, just the same. You also get 4-star champ selectors, which we now know after Sunday are going to be worth up to 2,220 units. And then once you unlock these, another 5,555. Just the Awakening bundle, the 6-star rank up bundle, the 6-star shards, the 4-star champ selectors, and the 5-star champ selectors are 28,772 units. That is more units by far than were expected to open during either July 4th or Cyber Week, for truly a fraction of the value. And all the total points for spending 28,772 units could also be about 701 points. Look, the message in our endgame inbox that we started off this video reading said, some of your units. Now, I guess technically they were talking to me, because it would be some of my units. I would be using 28,000 of 63,000. So in theory, like, my account is who they're targeting in this. My account is who they're hoping to drain my units, especially before Cyber Week. But, as I've discussed several times on this channel, both in video form and outside of it, it's not at all worth it. It's the most pathetic amount that I could ever think of to spend my units. I feel like I'd be going back to 2016 if I spent that many units on 4-star and 5-star rare champion selectors. And I guess maybe we're anticipating that Friday will be the 6-star version for Lord knows how many units. But it's just everything about this event was deceiving. And if you really want to only spend some of the units, they should have taken a digit off of their calculation, and I think in total, you should have only had to spend 2,877 units, not 28,772. So Double R, I appreciate you doing the math, because it made this video a lot more accessible and achievable for me to record, and I thank you for sending over the specifics so I had the notes next to me when I, read out the stats. I feel like this is all like being punked. I still can't believe this is a real store. Like, I look at this and I just think this is a different world. This is like the multiverse of MCFC, and surely we're going to come back to like sanity soon. But regardless, I hope Kabam learns from their mistakes, because they never, ever, ever need to put a store like this out again for the prices that they are, because they are beyond unreasonable, beyond a ripoff. Stay away. Force them to change their prices next year when surely they bring the event back, because they want to still make a lot of money off of it.